Hello and welcome to another update video on SUI. The SUI chart has now reached the $2.45 level. That was sort of my target for this pullback, but I haven't seen a substantial reaction yet, so it's too early to say that we've actually bottomed. This area around 245, 240, there were a couple of levels that do overlap there, or there are a couple of levels that do overlap. So I'm waiting to see if we have started the third wave to the upside. This will be the focus this week. Not saying we have started, but just watching if the market starts to give us some impulsive price action to the upside. This is the daily chart. Please note that the invalidation point for this potential wave 1 and the wave 2, this setup, which means the trend is up, we had a corrective pullback. The invalidation point is the beginning of the wave 1. Any break below will destroy the progress that has been made, and that would not be in line with the guidelines and rules of what an upside impulse needs to do and be. So that is the invalidation point from an Elliott wave point of view. And below that level, yeah, the probabilities will increase that the white count is already unfolding. Yeah, basically that means $1.64 could be the next targets, but we will have to focus on that then. At the moment we have a pullback in 3 waves in my view, so it still looks like a corrective pullback. Well, I'm tracking that WXY. You could probably just call it an ABC, but either way, the situation is that we must not break below the April low to keep this 1-2 setup, this upside reversal pattern. That's what it is. It's a setup, no guarantees, to keep this alive. However, in addition to that, we are also tracking Fibonacci levels. So the next Fibonacci level is at 245. We're currently holding above that. That was tested already. There has been a bullish response, or let's rather call it a reaction. There has been a small reaction. The buyers have started to turn up there. $2.45, 61.8 retracement is typically an ideal level, where you would watch for reactions, okay? 61.8 retracement, the golden ratio level, very, very strong Fibonacci level. Any break below that level will shift the focus to $2.09, which is the 78.6 retrace level. And any break below will already shift probabilities towards invalidation, okay? Now we have this standard support area here, and normally we want a wave 2 to react to it. The 38.2 retracement is normally quite weak for a wave 2. The 50% is just about ideal, 61.8 ideal, 78.6 a bit deep, but still okay. Anything below, I call it no man's land, because this is where typically probabilities for a breakdown increase, okay? So let us take a look at the shorter time frame. In short, this means I'm watching this, but cannot confirm yet an upside reversal. Let's take a look at what the micro patterns are telling us. Could we have bottomed already? Well, in this pullback that we call a wave 2, we are tracking, as I said, a 3-wave move. Corrective pullback, right? A WXY structure. That was my way of tracking it. In the Y wave, we're tracking an ABC structure. And we might see another corrective rally and move down. So we might see another so-called 4-5 pattern. So while we have reached not only the support area here, but also the blue target zone, where a couple of levels did overlap here around 242, 244. I want to see a 5-wave. I'm very happy with it to have bottomed potentially. I don't see that necessarily on the Bitcoin chart yet, but if we get a break above resistance, I will start to track upside. Okay, so this is the zone, I can't say it more clearly, where if the bulls are still interested in this, they should ideally turn up before we get a decisive break below $2.09. So we'll see. Too small, that reaction. Okay, so there is a reaction, but it's a bit small, and I want to see a 5-wave move up and break above resistance. So that means I need to see this. Okay, that would be our first signal that a low is in. Then we can start to track that more seriously. For now, all we have is a move, a reaction to initial support, and a move towards resistance. So even if we just do this, that's not bullish. That's just a corrective rally, okay? So $2.56 to $2.73 is the initial micro resistance area for this wave 4. even a slight break above isn't bullish as long as the rally is simply a corrective rally, corrective in nature, a 3-wave move up. So yeah, that's the update on SUI. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, if you're interested in additional conversations, additional updates, check out our X profile for some news articles as well, for some additional updates and discussions. Just make sure you only follow the one with the golden check mark. Around 100 new members follow us here every single day. And yeah, feel free to join the discussions over there as well. Hope to see you there. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.